and today I'm gonna talk to you on things you shouldn't do in a public place. Yes, okay, there are lots of things that people have tagged right, like the right things to do outside, but deep down it's not actually right to do this in a public place. So we're not here to criticize anybody, but then if you've been doing this set of things, don't worry, we are all learning. I've been a victim before until I found out that it's not right, and I had to amend my ways. So feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you are old to my video, or you've been watching my videos randomly and you've not subscribed, please subscribe. But if you're new to the Ceegee's family, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button and like the video. I love you and stay safe. We are all learning. Remember, Ceegee loves you, and stay blessed. Okay guys, so the next one you probably don't know about, maybe you're feeling like it's right but it's actually wrong, is butt scratching. There are many persons that do scratch their butts in the public place. About 75% of persons actually do that, which is very wrong. So I'll give you a pictorial representation of what scratching of your butt in public, which is this and this. So know this, you never can tell. For the ladies, you never know where your Mr. Right or who your Mr. Right will be. But scratching your butt in public actually send the wrong signals to people. People might feel like, oh, this person is dirty, this person has a health problem, or this person is like, how do I put it, this person is pretty dirty. But then don't do this in a public place. We've got conveniences, we've got the convenience, we've got public toilets to do the whole adjustment and all that. And for the guys, you know what you actually do. So I'm gonna give you what guys actually do. This is the picture of it. And also, guys, please don't adjust your boxers outside. You never can tell who is looking at you. Thank you. Move to the next one. That one that I used to do before, but I got to find out that it was very wrong. Singing alongside with your Bluetooth in your ear, or with your earpiece on. Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Now there are people that do that too. I'm not the only person. Many people do that. You plug in your earpiece or your Bluetooth device, and then you start singing out the song you're listening to. Come on, it's meant for you alone, and you're the only person vibing to the song. Sometimes when you start singing and shouting, you might even be singing out of tune. Yes, it has happened to me before. Sometimes I tend to be listening to a song by Rihanna, for example, and then the song goes like work, 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 work. Then all of a sudden, physically, I start shouting work, 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 work. Man, it's wrong. God, sometimes I'm embarrassing myself indirectly. So if you're a music freak, or you're used to using earpiece or Bluetooth headset or headphones, please, if you're listening or vibing to the song, vibe to it alone, and don't start shouting it, don't start singing it in a public place outside. Even if you're singing it, do it quietly, calmly, and nicely. So another funny one that I want to tell you about that you should not do in the public place is throwing papers and also dancing in the public place. Okay, so don't get me wrong, once more, dancing in the public, it's not 100% right, and it's not 100% wrong. Okay, there are scenarios that you can dance in the public. There are scenarios that I'm gonna use to classify this if you're dancing in the public place. Okay, firstly, dancing in the public place, e.g., let's say you're in the dance group, okay, and you guys are having a rehearsal just like this. Okay, publicly you could do your rehearsal, but then when you're another one, what I'm trying to say is that dancing in the public place when no music is on is the type that you just start dancing, you just start vibing to song, you start shaking your body just like this when no music is on. People will tend to look at you like a crazy person. People will look at you as a mad person. But then, please, if you're in this category, please don't do it, for my sake. If you're part of the Ceegee's family and you're doing this, please stop it. Come on, let's prove to them that we're kings and queens. Come on. So another one I want to talk about is this one has to do with mostly to African parents. Yes, about 92% of African parents actually fall in this category. What do I mean by that? Okay, this one is actually yelling at kids. Okay, so there are people, there are parents and elder siblings that do this. Sometimes you're working with your siblings, or sometimes you're working with your kids, and all of a sudden they tend to do something wrong, and what you do next is you start shouting at them, yelling at them publicly. Man, that's wrong. Come on, it's very wrong to yell at them publicly. You could do the scolding privately, you could do the correction publicly, but then don't yell at kids in the public. You don't know, you could be a very nice mom, a very sweet mom inside, but then outside, when people see you doing that, they feel like this person is very harsh. This person had people start asking different questions like, how would these kids learn? How would they learn if you're shouting at them? You don't want people to start telling you, please don't shout at your child like that, please don't do this. So please, if you're doing this before, stop it. Back. So the next one, you probably thought it was right, but it's wrong, is farting in a public place. Come on, about 90% of persons do this. I would not lie. Many people do this though. So we're actually learning. So some persons got to find out recently that farting in a public place is bad. Farting, I mean polluting. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So for people that will not know the meaning of farting, it means polluting, messing up the air. So some persons even do this inside the bus. Some persons used to do this maybe if they are traveling or maybe anywhere. You know, can you at least feel for other people? Like sometimes when you release this poisonous gas from your butt, sometimes you tend to kill other people around that place with that odor, and it's bad. We need to learn how not to do this set of things in a public place, because you never can tell. You don't know the kind of impression that you're sending to people. Like my dad will always say, there is no second chance for first impression. So please don't do this in a public place. If you've been doing it before, please stop it. So guys, there's another one that you feel it's right, but then it's actually very wrong. Okay, which is what? Cracking of your knuckles in public. So many people might feel like this one is not really wrong, but then it's wrong. Okay, so sometimes people get addicted to this particular one, cracking of their knuckles in public place. It could start from your house, maybe learning to crack your knuckles at home. Then you take it outside. Who knows? Someday you might be the owner of a particular company, of a multi-millionaire company, and you're in a meeting and you start cracking your knuckles while you have your workers around there. Do you know you're actually sending wrong signals to your workers? So please, it's not good. Even for ladies, I don't want to even see ladies doing that, because it is very wrong for a lady to start cracking your knuckles in the public place. You can do it in your closet, but not outside. Thank you. Move to the next one. Another fascinating one that I think you got. English is bad. So another fascinating one I think you guys might like is grooming yourself. Don't get me wrong, grooming yourself is actually awesome for guys and for ladies. It's good you look good. It's good to look good, and it's should I say it pays to be good, or beauty is pain. Okay, so there are people that tend to put so much time on their skin, on their clothes, in order to look very awesome. I appreciate that. It's awesome, it's good, it's fascinating. But then grooming yourself, I'm talking about doing this in a public place. How? There's some set of persons that outside, that's where they want to apply their foundation, that's where they want to brush their hair. Nobody wants to eat scraps, or should I say strings of hair. Nobody wants strings of hair in their food. You could be brushing your hair and all of a sudden some particles of your hair might fall into people's food, or might even be, I don't know how to explain this to you, but then it's not fun. It's not nice to do them in a public place. If you're doing this before, please stop it. If you're a guy, you're always combing your hair in a public place, please stop. It sends a wrong signal to people. They might not tell you face to face, but then people tend to look at you in a very, look at you as a very local person. Okay, so if you're a girl, you're always brushing your human hair outside, you have to stop it. If you're a girl, you want to adjust your bra outside in the public place, please do it in the convenience, in the toilets, not publicly. Thank you. So the next one that you should know about is yelling on the phone while you're making call. So there are a lot of persons that do this. I was in this category before. Sometimes I get angry easily. Okay, so sometimes I would be expecting a particular call for a long time, and definitely when the call tends to come in, when I'm answering the call, it's actually fire on the mountain. Okay, so sometimes I tend to yell mightily on, like, shout at the person, and I got to find out recently that is very wrong. So if you're in this category, please get out of this category. It's not nice yelling at people in the pub. Sorry, yelling at people on the phone, because you tend to what, send or transmit wrong signals that you are not a quiet person. Well, I'm not a quiet person, so I tend to talk when I want to talk. But then yelling at people in the public place is very wrong. Trust me. Like shouting like hey, it's wrong. Talk politely, talk nicely. To wrap everything up is testing while walking. So according to people that record deaths, number of deaths, testing and walking has led to about 11,900 deaths per year. So you might think it's a normal thing. Many people do this, even young teenagers and adults do this. Sometimes they'll be walking on the road and they tend to test while walking, just like this. Well, it's wrong. Come on, it's wrong. This is a pictorial representation of texting while walking. It is not nice to text or chat while walking. I'm trying to remember the person that said tweeting while walking is known as twerking, like TWALKING. It's not nice. If you're gonna chat with somebody, you could wait, maybe when you're sitting down, or maybe when you're calm, maybe when you're not too busy, you can do that. Testing while walking is very dangerous, and it can lead to death. It can lead you to, it can lead you to even bumping into somebody that does not even have a good character. You might even end up inside a very big hot soup that day. You might end up in a very big quarrel. So if you want to avoid those things, please don't text while walking. You can do this while sitting down. You can do this maybe in your house or anywhere, but then don't text on the road. Okay? So, and also health-wise, it's not good to text while walking, because you might end up having a fatal accident. Okay? Or you don't want to end up falling in a ditch. Please don't do this. So another fascinating one that people do, okay, as a matter of fact, I think I've done this one before. Yes, yawning out with your mouth wide open in a public place, just like this. So you see, nobody wants to know the width and length and size or circumference of your mouth when you're yawning. So please, whenever you're yawning, learn to do like this. Learn to at least use your hands to cover your mouth when you're yawning. Please, you never can tell. Some persons, the air that comes out of their mouth is poisonous. So it's not really nice you yawn widely while you're outside. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. So I believe you now know things not to do in a public place. Okay, like I said before, no hate, no criticism. If you've been a victim before, please change. If you're planning to do it, please don't do it. You might end up being embarrassed outside. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. But if you've been watching my videos now for a long time now, for some time now, please subscribe, support me. And I just activated my Instagram account. It's at Ceegee001. Feel free to follow me. Okay, I follow back ASAP. Okay, and also feel free to like my Facebook page. I love you and stay safe. Bye. Mwah.